Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we're talking about what exactly can we fix before we get to Chicago. I saw a lot of the talk in the press conferences and things where like, oh, can we fix it? We can fix it. It's not a big deal. It's like the it's almost like when Aaron Rodgers was like, relax. That's basically what they did. That's kind of how Dan treated it. That's how Jared Goff treated it. But at the end of the day, week two is a must-win game, and there's certain things that have to be fixed. And I believe some things can be fixed, but some things can't. Some things are not going to be fixed this year, let alone by week two. All right, so let's look at this. This could be fixed. This shouldn't need to be fixed. This is ridiculous. Rushing five, we have five blockers. That needs to be blocked. That needs to be communicated. The QB, I don't care if it's the QB or the guard or the center, somebody should be able to see that this is happening. Okay? This also should not be done. This should never happen. This should never happen. So the fact that these things even need to be fixed is a little concerning for me. All right? But one thing I won't do is act as if it's impossible to be like, oh, let's make sure that we block all the defensive linemen on run plays. Like some stuff you can't make up. Like it should have never happened. Like, all right, so it's communication. We're calling multiple plays on in the line. We're calling multiple plays in the huddle, and maybe you know people aren't hearing the checks, things of that nature. They're doing a different play. All right, cool. We went to Green Bay, first time in a long time that Green Bay's been in Lambeau week one, all that good jazz. Cool. Let's just say it was just one of them days. Cool. Understandable, right? But there are certain things that are fixable, right? We're gonna talk about it. O-line communication, that's very fixable. Making sure that you're in the right place, things of that nature is very fixable. Johnny Moore has to call more plays with better spacing. I took the time to watch the All 22, and there are a lot of plays with really weird concepts where everybody is really in like bunched up areas. They're all in the same areas of the field. So when we finally do get everybody on the same page and everybody is finally blocking, the only person open is the running back. Some of that is a really good defense in Green Bay. I was wrong. That defense is all right. That coverage is all right. Now I finally get to see what they were talking about. The Packers fans was like, "Yo, we got a good defense." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm used to hanging 30 on the Packers. But today, because we couldn't run the ball, because we had no play action, because we weren't protecting, because we decided to make mistakes at crucial times, we literally only had 6 points going into like minutes left in the game. So that is crazy. Play calling has to be better. Johnny Moore has to call plays with better spacing. He has to call plays with more short and intermediate options. We can't always. He called way too many plays that are meant to go deep against a team that likes to run too deep shells. Like, and especially with the fact that we are not blocking well. Like what are we doing? Right? So okay, that's a simple fix. Call better plays. Give Golf multiple options. Maybe we should call the plays that has multiple options with the layered throws with good spacing, and then and also give Golf another play where he can have a shot and the running back release that we did all day. Like, okay, yeah, we're going deep. Oh, if that's not there, just check it down. No, y'all trying to kill Gibbs, right? Another thing, the run scheme. We are trying to get these young players to do a little bit too much. I don't mind the occasional power. I don't mind different styles of blocking, but we went up against a hyper athletic Green Bay team, and we're asking these guys to run laterally and not allow these super athletic guys to cross their face. And it was happening all day. And Graham was one of the main ones. Graham was a main one. Like he spent a lot of time not blocking a soul. He spent a lot of time completely missing people. He spent a lot of time looking at the grass. They were literally just smacking his hands down. He's looking at the grass. It's like he's so unsure that he's about to get the block that he's literally like scared when it's time to make contact. Like, what is going on? What happened to Graham? Because he used to be so good for us. I don't know what exactly happened. I don't know if it's the pressure. I don't know what's going on. He might have some level of sports yips. This is ridiculous. But at the end of the day, we should simplify it for the young players. Simplify it for Graham. Make sure, like, hey, we are not going to try to be so tricky and complex and a billion different run variations. Let's keep it simple and build upon it as we go. All right, that is very fixable. We simplify the run scheme. Is way less people just being completely unblocked, going towards the runner. Like, to be honest, I'm just amazed we got all the way through training camp, that we got all the way through preseason. That was something that we still have a problem with. That is crazy. Now, these are the things that we can fix before we get to Chicago. Some things we can't fix. Graham's lack of mobility and ability, we can't fix that. I'm sorry. I was giving him like a crazy pass because he was hurt last year and I ain't had no choice. But he is really bad right now. And I think what's happened is the thing that's even more concerning is that he was good enough to beat Tate out. So that means that Tate is really bad at being center as well. So at this point, we don't have an average center. We are below average at center. Now, hopefully, it was just a bad game. Hopefully, Graham will turn back into Graham. But if he don't got it, he don't got it. If the ability is gone, if you fell off or maybe too many injuries and you just never became your old self again, or maybe you just have sports chips and it's a mental thing, it's a mental block for you, you've lost your confidence, which is like the death knell for a lot of players, that is like, that's just the end. We can't fix that. We cannot fix Jared Goff's lack of mobility. He is not a mobile QB. The O-line needs to perform. Now, our tackles got whooped last game. Our guards, our entire offensive line got whooped last game. Our coordinator was not helping. So he's not a guy that's going to be able to extend plays. He can get you into the right play, but he's not Michael Vick. So at the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to make sure that he's protected. We need to make sure that Mahogany and Tate, we understand that they lack experience. We need to understand that if there's going to be help, we need to have double teams for, the best pass rusher that Tate and Mahogany have to block. Let's make sure that the running scheme doesn't make it so that Mahogany has to do these crazy stretch blocks and he has to be super athletic to get in front of the face of somebody that, like, we're really running these schemes like Frank and Zeitler are still out there. They're not. There is less athleticism on this team. But what we can do is we can flex our strength. We can do a little bit more straight blocking. You know what I'm saying? Just stop all this lateral stuff. Stop all this stretch. We're all going in this angle where super athletic defensive players can essentially just swim through. Like let's stop giving people the opportunity to get to our ball carriers untouched. If there's anybody that's going to get to a ball carrier untouched, it should be a safety. The guy that's unaccounted for in the play. A safety or a corner. That's it. Those are only people that should have a free shot at the running back, and they should be far enough away from the ball that you don't have to worry about it. The reality of the situation is we need to make sure that we put hands on every defender that is attempting to get a tackle on this team. That is what we need to do. That's what we failed at. And I just think that's one of the things that we're not going to fix, the fact that Mahogany and Tate lack experience by week 2. So let's act like we know. We shouldn't be in this situation because at the end of the day, they should have been tried and tested in preseason, tried and tested in training camp. These shouldn't be problems. They should know the plays. They should know where they need to go. They should know their technique. And it looks like they didn't know any of that in Green Bay. Now, maybe it's like, oh, this is like a shock. Like, oh, what, they weren't doing all this before. Maybe they got a little rattled. That's whatever. But at the same time, we understand what it is now. We can tell them about what we need to do. But if we see this type of thing again, we need to adjust in game and quickly. Okay, so that's that. Those are the things that we can fix, and some of the things that we can't fix about the offense. We're gonna move on to the defense. The defense actually adjusted in this game, and I'm actually showing you the stats just because when you hear the defense adjusted and you see 27 points, it's like what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying, put down the blue Kool-Aid and all that foolishness, all that jazz, right? This team held the Packers to 17 points until like about 8 minutes into the fourth quarter. So essentially, they gave up 10 points because our offense did absolutely nothing. Our special, like when you look at the yards that the Packers have gained in this game, Jordan Love threw for less than 200 yards. The Green Bay rushing attack in general only produced 78 yards. Where are all the yards coming from that would allow them to score as many points as 27? The reality of the situation is our offense didn't move, so we lost the field position in battle. The Packers were starting drives on the 45, on the 50, on our 45. So when you put defenses in that situation against a team that is well schemed and very good, you're going to lose games. The defense adjusted. Okay. What I will also say is that the things that need to be fixed are very easy to fix for the defense. They're much more fixable than for the offense. All right, fixable on defense. Kelvin Shepard got burned early and often because he wanted to blitz. He wanted to send the pressure. But the reality of the situation is Aaron Glenn was sending pressure. And he's been sending pressure for years. And Matt LaFleur and the Packers were very sick of it. So what did the Packers do? They literally went into this game fully prepared to protect. They have 7 and 8 man protections, and for the layman who doesn't understand that's a little bit different, you got to understand that on the average football play, 6 people are going to block. It's going to be 2 tackles, 2 guards, a center, and sometimes a running back or tight end, right? What the Packers were doing, they were going 2 tight end to add 2 additional blockers. The running back would usually chip or block as well. If they sense the blitz of any kind, they bring the tight ends in, bring in the running backs, or they would check into a quick hitting play. So what you'll see in a lot of the tapes or in a lot of the highlights is that we're sending 6 or 7 and they're blocking 8. It's 8 people blocking. If you send 7 people, you expect a free rusher. If you send 6 people, you expect one-on-ones for your elite pass rushers. That's what they were trying to create, and that is not what's happening. So what I would like is for us to bluff the blitz a little bit more. Make it seem like we're sending pressure and essentially just drop out into coverage. At that point, when you block 7 or 8 people, that means there are 3 to 4 people out on routes. If we have 7 people to block 4, I like our chances. We got 7 people to block 3, I like our chances. That's literally what they were doing to us. It was the zone version, but essentially they were just like, bro, we're gonna block 4. I mean, we're gonna rush 4, and we're gonna have everybody in coverage. You're gonna have to dice us up, and we couldn't do it. So with that being said, we needed to be less predictable. We need more athletes on pass rushing downs. I don't understand why we kept nose tackles out on the field on 3rd down. We have other D linemen that we can put out there. There's no reason why on 3rd down, why is Davenport? Davenport should be the 3 tech. Let Davenport be the 3 tech. Put Derek Barnes as the other edge rusher. Have Aiden Hutchinson on the other side. And then, when we go to the Bears, we can put Mekhi Wingo or Roy Lopez. Get some guys that got some juice to move up there. I don't care if you got to activate all them practice squad dudes y'all made sure y'all got. Tyrus Wheaton them. We need to get athletes rushing the passer. I don't care if you put AQM on the edge, Derek Barnes on the edge, and put Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport over the guards. Get creative. Run stunts. Do all types of stuff. There's a lot of things that you can do outside of blitzing. We need to think outside of the box. We need to create different opportunities. It's not even a talent thing. It's a common sense thing. There's no reason to have nose tackles out on 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 10, brother. What there the DB communication can be a little bit better. And Terrion Arnold and just needs to work on his technique some. Sometimes it's like common sense things that we're not doing, like the rub route. Like, there's no reason why the DBs aren't staggered. Those receivers are way too close together. Somebody should have been over, somebody should have been under, or they should have been talking to the point where they understood that depending on which way people went, they switched. All types of stuff. There's a lot of different things that we can do in that situation. But there were some DB like mix-ups. And at the end of the day, those things are very fixable. Everything I talked about is extremely fixable by the defense. And there are some things that aren't fixable. Shepard's lack of experience is not going to just disappear by week 2. Like, oh, I got a game in. Ben Johnson, I'm gonna be 100% ready for everything he has going. We're not gonna be ready for whatever Ben has planned. There's a bunch of stuff that's gonna catch us off guard. He's a masterful play caller. And at the end of the day, Shepard's lack of experience is going to keep showing up this year, and he's going to have his bright spots like the second half of the Packers game. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Tyleek and Reader's lack of pass rush is not going to change. Tyleek is a very young player who literally just got finished playing nose tackle. We're asking him to, be this 3-tech, and we want real pass rush out of him, and he really can't provide it. The Packers literally were chipping both edges and leaving the D tackles single block. If Aline was out there, that probably wouldn't be possible. Aline would eat a single block alive. They'd be in the quarterback face. Levi last year was eating that alive. Was in the quarterback face. We don't have that right now. At best, we're gonna have Mekhi Wingo. He flashed in, I think it was the Cardinals game last year. He's coming back, and Aleem's not gonna be here week 2. We can't fix that. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta be creative. These things are very, like, the things that we can't fix. It's not like we just call plays and ignore them. The things that we can't fix, we find a way around. That's the point. That's your job. Focus on your players' strengths. Figure that out, right? And that's really all I got to say on it, man. Because it's like these things. If we can fix the fixable, we can beat the Bears. If we fix the fixable, and understand the stuff we can't fix, we can beat the Bears. If we don't, we will lose. Isn't it? If we don't improve on the things that we can fix, and we don't acknowledge the things that we can't fix, the things that we can't do, we will be a non-playoff team this year. But in my opinion, man, I feel like Dan is a very capable coach. I believe that he's going to identify these things, and I believe that we're going to get our season turned around. And that's it, y'all. Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe.